The San Francisco 49ers are limping into a crucial divisional matchup, battered and bruised after a string of tough games that have left their roster severely depleted. This week, they face the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday Night Football, under the bright lights at SoFi Stadium, with the nation watching and the stakes higher than ever. Their offense is in crisis, with several key players sidelined by injuries, forcing the coaching staff to scramble for solutions and adjust their game plan on the fly. The wide receiver room is especially depleted, leaving a gaping hole in their passing attack and putting extra pressure on the remaining healthy players to step up. Losing multiple starting receivers has forced the team to rely on unexpected contributors, players who, until now, have mostly watched from the sidelines, waiting for their moment. The Rams' defense, ranked top 10 in the league, makes this challenge even steeper, as they're known for shutting down inexperienced opponents and capitalizing on mistakes. The betting line has shifted dramatically, reflecting the 49ers' underdog status due to these injuries, and odds makers are scrambling to adjust their projections. For fantasy managers, this chaos creates both risk and opportunity, as the uncertainty opens the door for bold moves and creative roster decisions. Most will avoid the 49ers' passing game, wary of the unknowns and the tough matchup, but that's not the only way to play it. Sharp players know that when stars are out, someone else must step up, and sometimes those overlooked backups become the difference makers in fantasy and DFS. The key is identifying which lesser-known player will see a spike in volume and who the coaching staff trusts in high-pressure moments. The 49ers' injury woes have set the stage for a potential breakout value play, and the next man up could become a household name overnight. With so many question marks, the offense is unpredictable. But that's where DFS winners are made, by embracing volatility and finding hidden gems. The coaching staff faces a puzzle, and fantasy players must adapt quickly, staying alert for late-breaking news and depth chart changes. The pressure is on the remaining healthy players to deliver against a tough opponent, and every snap could swing the outcome of the game, and your fantasy week. This is a true test of depth and resilience for San Francisco, as the team must rally together and find a way to compete despite the odds. The fantasy landscape is shifting, and opportunity is knocking for those willing to take a chance on the unknown. The 49ers' situation is dire, but it's also ripe for a savvy fantasy move. Sometimes, fortune favors the bold. In the chaos, there's always a chance for a new hero to emerge, and tonight's game could launch an unlikely star. Tonight, someone unexpected could become the key to a winning DFS lineup, and those who take the risk might just reap the rewards. The 49ers' wide receiver core has been decimated. Both Jauan Jennings and rookie Ricky Pearsall are out for Week 5. Jennings, a clutch third-down target, and Pearsall, the team's leading wideout, leave a massive void. Their absence forces the 49ers to completely rethink their passing strategy. The offense is now missing its top two wide receivers, putting immense pressure on backups. With Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle also sidelined, the 49ers are without their top 4 targets from last season. This is an unprecedented challenge for a team with Super Bowl hopes. The offense that takes the field will look nothing like the one that started the year. It's a next-man-up mentality, but the depth is being pushed to its limits. The passing game must adapt, and new faces will be thrust into the spotlight. The 49ers' aerial attack is in uncharted territory. The injury bug hasn't spared the quarterback position. Brock Purdy is out, so backup Mac Jones gets the start. Jones has already proven himself with 2 wins as a starter this season. He's thrown for over 560 yards and 4 touchdowns in those games. But this time, he'll be working with a depleted receiving core. Jones must quickly build chemistry with backup receivers and elevate their play. His experience as a former Patriots starter is invaluable in this situation. For fantasy players, Jones's presence means the offense can still function if he finds a reliable target. He's a pocket passer who distributes the ball well, but the challenge is steep. The fantasy value of every 49ers skill player hinges on Jones's ability to adapt. DFS players must weigh the risk, but Jones's track record offers a glimmer of hope. The offense will look different, but Jones is capable of keeping it afloat. All eyes are on how he handles this high-pressure start. Amid the chaos and uncertainty, Kendrick Bourne stands out as the 49ers' new top receiver, ready to seize his moment in the spotlight. With both Jennings and Pearsall sidelined, Bourne is set for a massive uptick in targets and playing time, stepping into a role that could define his season. He's gone from a supporting role to the focal point of the passing attack, and the coaching staff is expected to lean on him heavily in key situations. In DFS, opportunity is everything, and Bourne is about to get plenty, with the potential to rack up receptions and yards against a vulnerable secondary. He's priced as a backup, but will see WR1 volume, making him a prime value play for anyone looking to gain an edge in their fantasy lineups. Through 3 games, Bourne has been steady and reliable, but now his target share is set to explode, giving him a real shot at a breakout performance. Fantasy managers dream of these situations, a cheap player with a huge role and the upside to swing a matchup in your favor. Bourne's increased snap count and target volume make him a must-consider for Week 5 lineups, especially for those searching for a high-upside flex option. He's no longer the third option, he's the main man, and the offense will run through him when the game is on the line. This is the kind of DFS play that can win tournaments, giving savvy managers a real shot at taking home the prize. Bourne's breakout potential is sky-high given the circumstances, and he's got the talent to capitalize on this rare opportunity. The stars have aligned for him to deliver a big performance, and all eyes will be on him to see if he can rise to the occasion. All signs point to Bourne as the 49ers' best fantasy bet this week, and he could be the difference maker your lineup needs. One major reason to trust Bourne this week? His chemistry with Mac Jones. They played together in New England, where Bourne had the best season of his career. In 2021, he caught 55 passes for 800 yards and 5 touchdowns from Jones. That established rapport is a huge advantage, especially with so many new faces in the lineup. This season, Jones has already looked Bourne's way often in his starts for San Francisco. In 2 games together, Bourne has caught 7 of 9 targets for 70 yards from Jones. With the receiving core depleted, Jones will lean on the receiver he trusts most. Bourne's familiarity with Jones gives him a clear edge over the other options. When the play breaks down, expect Jones to look for Bourne. In a week of uncertainty, this connection offers rare stability. The other receivers lack experience with Jones, but Bourne is his proven go-to guy. That trust could translate into a big fantasy day. The Jones-Bourne connection is the 49ers' best hope for offensive success. Their synergy on the field is unmatched, and it could be the key to turning the season around. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how this dynamic duo will perform under pressure. Bourne's rise from depth piece to top target is a classic NFL story. Injuries have thrust him into the spotlight, and now he'll face the Rams' best defenders. He's never had this much defensive attention, but the opportunity is massive. Fantasy football is all about volume, and Bourne is set for a career high in targets and snaps. Even if he's not elite, sheer opportunity gives him a high ceiling. He's an experienced receiver with proven chemistry with the quarterback. DFS players rarely find this much upside at such a low price. Bourne is now a chalk play, but the logic is sound. He's the only proven option left and should see double-digit targets. The risks are real, but the reward is too great to ignore. Bourne has gone from fantasy afterthought to must-play in a single week. This is the kind of situation that can swing a DFS slate. All eyes are on Bourne to deliver as the 49ers' new go-to guy. Playing Bourne in DFS isn't without risk. The 49ers' offense could struggle with so many injuries and a backup quarterback. Bourne will face the Rams' top defenders and extra coverage. If the offense stalls, his fantasy output could disappoint. But the upside is undeniable. He's in line for elite-level volume at a bargain price. In DFS, targets are gold, and Bourne should see plenty. If he converts that volume into production, he'll smash his salary expectations. He's a chalk play, so his performance will impact many lineups. The risk is a dud against a tough defense. The reward is a weak winning score. Ultimately, it's about risk tolerance. Bourne's opportunity outweighs the downside. He's the clearest path to fantasy points in a depleted offense. For those willing to embrace the risk, Bourne is the play. Sometimes, fortune favors the bold in fantasy football. Bourne isn't the only option, but the alternatives are risky. Skyway Moore steps into the slot and could see extra targets on short routes. DeMarcus and Marquez Valdes-Scantling offer veteran presence, but both are boom or bust. Valdes-Scantling's deep threat ability gives him upside, but his floor is low. Practice squad call-ups like Russell Gage Jr. or Malik Turner are true dart throws. Beyond receivers, Christian McCaffrey will be heavily involved as a pass catcher. Tight end Jake Tongs could see targets with Kittle out, but he's a deep league or punt play. The depth chart is thin, and any of these names could surprise. Still, Bourne is the safest bet for volume and production. If you're looking for a contrarian play, Moore or Valdez-Scantling are worth a look. But for most, Bourne remains the top choice in this depleted offense. After weighing all the factors, Kendrick Bourne is the clear DFS play from the 49ers in Week 5. He's gone from backup to top target overnight, with a massive workload ahead. His chemistry with Mac Jones and projected target share make him a standout value. Yes, the risks are real: tough defense, backup QB, and extra coverage. But in DFS, you win by embracing opportunity, and Bourne's is too big to ignore. His price hasn't caught up to his new role, creating a rare value gap. Bourne is the veteran presence in a group of unproven receivers. He's the most logical path to fantasy points in a tricky matchup. For Week 5, build your lineups around Kendrick Bourne and embrace the upside. Sometimes the best plays come from the most unexpected circumstances.